How do you ruin a night out with your buddies and a great concert? Stick around. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts. My name is Dan, and I shall be your host today. Cheers to you all. All right, so today's episode is going to be a concert review and a rant. The rant is not against Steel Panther nor Buckcherry, just FYI. So first things first, if you do like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit the little thumbs up and little bell to be notified when I publish new content like this. So I went to see Steel Panther with Buckcherry and Kurt Deimer yesterday with my friends. My friend Concert Steph, who you've seen once on this channel, and my other friend Steph, who does the Battle of the Bands, who you just saw this past Monday, okay, for the Triumph and Rush episode. So we went, and my friend Concert Steph wanted to make sure everybody knew this was the first concert that us three only went together. So here's a picture of us three going to during the concert. So my friend Concert Steph had a previous engagement. He met us there a little bit later on. I went with my friend Steph. We get there, everything's fine. We go eat and good evening. And we get there, get in and all that. Merch is meh, whatever. I think we arrived, there was only 2 songs left from Kurt Deimer, which was okay because we saw him open up for Sebastian Bach, and we were crazy about that guy. He's apparently, if you want to know who he is, he's credited as the teller. So I guess a bank teller in the first Halloween movie, but the recent 3 trilogy that just came out there. He's in the first one. I haven't watched it. But he gets killed by Mike Myers, and he's a bank teller, or a teller. That's all that IMDb says. Anyway, enough about that guy. Then comes Buckcherry, okay? But before Buckcherry gets there, I'm going to my buddy, I'm like, you know what? It's hot in this place. And I said, aren't you hot? And he goes, and my friend Steph says, oh, I'm fine. But I sweat easily, okay? I'll go. I joke to my friends that I sweat easily. I literally open the door and the mailbox is right there. I say I lose 5 pounds of sweat every time I open the door to go and get the mailbox, something in the mailbox during summertime, okay? Joke aside, it was getting pretty hot in there, okay? And I was sweating. I was like, okay, this is getting uncomfortable. And then Buckcherry starts, and I'm getting a lot hotter. And then at one time I just couldn't take it. I go to my friend Steph. I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm not out of here. I'm just gonna go to the bath. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go out, get some air, come back in. This was just intolerable. I go out outside, get some fresh air, come right back in. All right. Then it's getting hotter again. I'm like, okay, Steph, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna get some, the paper towels. Anyway, I go to the bathroom just to get some paper towels, just to, get all the sweat off. And no paper towels. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, okay, well, there's a sink there. Let me get some water so I can splash it, some cold water. Sure enough, only the hot water was working. I'm like, are you effing kidding me here? So I go back to Buckcherry. So I go back and meet my friend. I tell him that. He starts laughing. He's like, oh my God, what a SHIT show. So FYI, I'm trying to, you know what? This one's not going to be monetized. What a shit show, because I'm putting concert footage. So I'm not going to be getting monetized for this one here. Yes, I've started that. Anyway, So then it's getting hot. Like it's unbearably hot and sweaty, and you could see around everybody's like, it's hot and all that. Then my friend, concert Steph, sends me a text. He gets there like probably like two or three songs left for Buckcherry, and I get his text. He goes, he just opened up the door. He goes, oh my God, it's like, how did he phrase that? He goes, it's as hot as Satan's butt crack or something like that. Anyway, we meet each other, and then, Buckcherry finishes. By the way, watch the concert footage at the end of Buckcherry. Buckcherry was excellent, by the way. I don't have anything by them, but I will get some music by those guys eventually. I did enjoy the show, minus the... And what... So, I guess I should say that part now. After the show, after we left, my friend Steph tells me, he goes, by the way, Dan, when you went to the bathroom there with the no paper towels and hot water, Buckcherry, apparently they stopped the show because some guy passed out from heat exhaustion. This is an inside concert venue, by the way. He passed out twice. Like he passed out, then got back up and said, okay, and then he passed out again from heat exhaustion. That's what he told me after the concert. I didn't know that until after the concert. So I was like, oh my God. So that was one thing. Then we are waiting for Steel Panther to start, and it's hot. Like, we're talking to people, it's ridiculous. So I think my friend Steph went out for some air, came back. I think we bought more water than we did booze. It was that bad and that hot. And here I am drinking booze today. Probably because I didn't yesterday. So anyway, Steel Panther, and I think Steel Panther this is the one time I saw Steel Panther sort of out of character. You know how they are. They're like dirty, and it's an act, but you could see that the singer was actually, he knew that it was hot. Because I know at one time they're like, we know it's hot out there, and is everybody okay? Blah blah. Anyway, at one time he's throwing water bottles to people in general. He knew that it was ridiculously hot and sweaty in there. He was, and you'll see with the concert footage. I think it's even at the end where during Death to All But Metal, he's just taking some like solo cups and filling them with water and throwing them to general just for people to cool off. I guess that's how I understood it. So every time you go out for some air and then come back in, you open the door so it's like you're in the outside, there's the lobby, you go inside the venue, there's a lobby, then you open the doors, and it's like it was a wall. Like the second you open the door, it was a wall of heat. And I was like, oh my God, you go in there and you're like, you're already feeling uncomfortable. My sticker, everybody, well, not just mine, my sticker, you get a stamp, and I keep telling everybody was going in and out. I'm like, look, this is melting. Like it was so hot and sweaty. Everybody's were their stamps were just mixing in with their sweat and all that. So just go in and all that there. So first of all, the concert, Buckcherry, great. You'll see some footage, and if ever anybody has seen Buckcherry live, please tell me what they did at the end. So every time they introduced a member of the band during Crazy Bitch, they introduce the band members. They go on lead guitar, so and so. And then you'll see the rest of the band going, like, especially the singer and whoever's there, they're going, and then it's like almost like they're sliding side to side and then going like that. I'm like, holy shit, that was cool. I'm like, what the hell was that? So I assume if they're going to introduce another band member, they're going to do the same thing. And sure enough, I got one of the members, and that was actually pretty cool. So tell me, like, I said, do they have like those little shoes with wheels on the bottom? But they were going sideways. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen it once by ZZ Top in an arena their stage had a conveyor belt, so they were just standing there and they were going like that. But these guys we're just going, and it was pretty cool. And then Steel Panther, well, they were doing they're doing the 25th anniversary, they said of this? 15th anniversary, I think. Fifth, no, it's not 25th because this says 2009. Yeah, it's going to be 15th anniversary. Anyway, they were celebrating the 15th anniversary of this. They basically said they're playing songs off of this and Balls Out. I don't think they even played anything from the new album. But yeah, and yeah, Steel Panther was good. And oh, so I saw Steel Panther live in Las Vegas maybe 2, 3 years ago, and everybody's like, "Oh, how was it?" So my only complaint, it was great. My only complaint was that, they play two songs and then they talk. And then this time, they played two songs yesterday, I should say. And my God, they're talking in between the songs. There's like 10 minutes. It felt like 15 minutes in between. I was like, oh my God, just get on with it. Like my friend Concert Steph was playing a game on his phone. He was just so bored. But when I went to see them in Las Vegas, it's like two songs, lots of chat. Two songs, lots of chat, and so on. Yesterday was two songs, lots of chat, and then suddenly 8, 10 songs in a row. Like, I think they knew that the crowd was getting restless because it was so hot. You could, like I said, you saw them throwing water bottles to the crowd. We were buying more water than it was of booze. And even my friend Steph says, you were hotter and sweatier than when we went to see Motley Crue outside last summer in middle of July, no clouds and just sun beating down on us. And that was a hot day. This was even worse. Like, I'm not kidding when I say that when you open the doors when you went inside the concert venue, it's like poof, you're hit with a wall of heat. It was that bad. So it was so bad that my friend Steph's like, okay, I'm out of here. Like Concert Steph is like, my Uber is on the way. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not enjoying myself either as much. I think there was one song left, but I wanted, like I said, so if you're wondering why there's no the footage at the end of Steel Panther there's no them saying thank you, it's because I wasn't there. We were just friggin' gone. My shirt was soaked. Not soaked, but it was. And then, of course, you go outside and you're like, oh my God, it's so nice out. And it's pretty hot right now here where we are. So, just all this to say that this morning when I woke up, I sent the Bronson Theater a friggin' complaint letter. I was so mad last night. And I'm like, how can you fucking ruin... Like, I went with my two buddies, we were looking forward to being, hanging out. And at the end, it was too hot that we're just like, F it, we're out of here. So yeah, we didn't fit, and how many times did we go in and out just to get some air? And we weren't the only ones. There was a whole bunch of other people going in and out. It was ridiculously hot. So all in all, Buckcherry was great. Steel Panther was great. There was not as much talking in between. So either people had complained in the past there was too much talking, I don't know, or the talking is always there, but because they knew it was super hot and people were getting restless, that they toned down the talking. Like there was that one time, and then that was about it. So, but yeah, like Bronson Theater, just get your act together. And like I said, I wrote in my email, you have a guy that friggin' fainted twice from heat exhaustion. Like, get some fans. Like, just these big, huge fans on the sidewalls. I don't know. Just get your air circulation up and running. This was just unacceptable. Unacceptable yesterday. I said, I'm not even going to go there anymore until they friggin' fix the place. I'll give you guys an update if they actually do reply back there. But, yeah, what a friggin' night, like I said. And it wasn't Steel Panther's fault, nor Buckcherry. They were great. It was a fun show. But it just, after a while, you're just like, you just can't stand. Standing, first of all, it was a general admission. Maybe if I was sitting down, maybe I that's probably my fault there, but whatever. I bought the tickets there, but Anyway, that's a ridiculous evening out yesterday. That was whatever. So I'm telling everybody like that was just unacceptable. So anyway, now just enjoy, guys, the concert footage. It doesn't really show that I was upset or whatever. Like there was some good stuff there, but just near the end, it was just getting really intolerable to just be there. So, but it was fun to see to go out with my two buddies there. So enjoy the concert footage of Buckcherry and Steel Panther, and like I said, you'll see at the end of Buckcherry. Someone tell me how the hell they're doing those things there, and you'll notice at the end of when their Steel Panther is playing. I don't know if I filmed the water bottles being thrown to General, but I know I got this red Solo cup, being and just throwing water, and that's when I noticed that the singer Michael Starr, who real name Ralph Saenz, was not in character as much right there. He actually was like, "All right, something's not right here." So anyway, we shall see there. But anyway, some good concert footage. Enjoy that. And on that note, if you guys were there at the Bronson Theater, let me know if you guys were as bad as I was there. So on that note, have yourselves a great whatever. Enjoy the concert footage. And if I get a reply from the Bronson Theater, I'll let you guys know. Take care. Bye-bye.
In Oklahoma City, you'll consider a fox. What you got to do for that backstage pass? Cause I found a poison lemon inside your ass. You come on, pretty baby, suck my balls all night. You try to set me leave, come on in tonight. Speed up everything around to make me right. Oh, come on, pretty baby, suck my balls all night. Hey, darling, you like sucking on balls? She loves it, she said. Fucking awesome, motherfucker. Darling, do you like them shaved or hairy? It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. She's totally fine tonight. I wanna think of love that's spread over me. I'll be singing about you on the next CD. My love is pure and true. My heart belongs to you. But my God is community property. It's a fucking noise! You're the only